Welcome to Uxbridge Scugog Life. I'm your host, Jackie Hermans. Today on the show, I'm interviewing Ken Boyd of Boyd Sports. We'll be talking about bike maintenance and how that bike supply is doing. Also, John Fisher from the Durham Mountain Bike Association will be on talking about some really super cool trails that they've added to Dagmar. I'll be talking about a couple recipes from the Farmer's Almanac to keep those pesky fleas and ticks away. Now, if you weren't aware, as of this past Saturday, outdoor activities have opened up. So that includes golf, soccer, basketball, baseball. Yes, get out there and play. And they're calling for a 3-stage process to be able to open more things up. So they're estimating each stage will need to be in there for a minimum of 21 days. And in order to get to that first stage, we need a minimum of 60% of adults with their first vaccination. Go get your vaccination. And then in order for us to move to the second step, again, that minimum of 21 days, and then we also need to have a minimum of 70% of adults with their first vaccination, in addition to 20% with their second dose. In order for us to get to that third stage, again, minimum of 21 days, they'll have to see how those stages have been going. And then if we get 70 to 80% of adults with their first dose and at least 25% with their second dose, then we'll be able to move on to stage 3. We'll be right back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
It isn't the heavy trays that make the job difficult, or the fast pace you need to keep up. It's not working another double because someone called in sick. What makes the job tough is the moment you realize a customer has had enough and you have to make that decision not to overserve. Refusing service isn't personal, it's the law. We know it's not easy, but we're counting on you to keep us all safe. Thank you, servers, for doing the tough job.
Hi, I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Allison.
Coming up on the next episode of The Parenting Show, we're talking to new and expectant mothers.
Which can be pretty overwhelming during a pandemic.
Only on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So with me on the show, I have Ken Boyd from Boyd Sports. Ken, welcome, and what a beautiful setting you're in right now.
Absolutely. It's my little oasis in the middle of Uxbridge. It's a nice little backyard to get away from everything.
Nice. Well, I would have loved to have been able to go visit you at the store right now. Can't make that happen. So thank you for letting me visit your backyard.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
Okay. So question for you. What is, like I said, it's obvious. I was going to ask you some questions. Did you know that?
I figured that was coming in the interview thing.
Okay. Just checking. So what is the bike situation right now? Is there much availability?
So there isn't much availability. To kind of put it in a statistical perspective, last year there was about a 75% increase in demand across Canada for bicycles. And in the first 3 months of the year here, we've had a 135% increase in demand. So the demand is way up. The supply is a little bit down, making it really tough to get a hold of bikes right now. But they are coming. They're on their way.
Okay. Do you have any bikes in your store right now for sale?
Currently, I do not. I shouldn't say that. We do have some kids' bikes available. Kids' bikes, they've been able to slowly move through. So if you have little riders anywhere from 5 to 8 years old, we do have those bikes available. Adult bikes, a little bit of a different situation. It's very hard to get a hold of those bikes right now.
So if people are interested or they really need to get a bike now, how about going on to Kijiji or the Facebook Uxbridge Buy and Sell and maybe bring them into your shop for a tune-up? Maybe get some new brakes in there, new seat.
Yes. There's lots of room for tune-ups. Parts are starting to come back into stock now. There was a shortage last year, but they're becoming more and more available. And that's definitely a very viable option to get more people riding this season sooner, for sure.
All right. So now that people are getting those bikes out, what are the type of tune-up things we should be doing with our bikes right now?
I mean, the kind of maintenance you can do at home for yourself is, it seems like a very small thing, but tire pressure. Tire pressure is a big thing that'll stop you from getting an unexpected flat while you're out riding. And there is still a shortage of bike tubes and tires out there. So maintaining your tires and tubes is essential right now. Outside of that, just keep it clean and be sure to use a good bicycle chain lubricant to keep everything flowing smoothly and keep your riding as long as you can.
Anything you should be doing with your brakes, or how often should we be even looking at those things?
I mean, you should always get your brakes checked at least once a season, very, very similar to a car, let's say, because obviously you want them to stop when you want to stop. Sounds to look out for, again, very similar to a car, metal on metal, any kind of squeaking, grinding. That's a good time to bring it into the shop and get them looked at.
All right. Now, bike helmets, that is something that I've always had a problem trying to get the right bike helmet for my kids' heads. What's the best way to fit a bike helmet properly?
So really the best way to fit a bike helmet, first and foremost, is to go to your local shop and get a professional to make sure it's the proper fit. But aside from that,
Boyd Sports, sorry for interrupting.
Yep, we'd be happy to help anybody out with a helmet, both young and old.
Okay.
But key things that you're looking for, you want to have about two fingers or about an inch of space between the eyebrows and where the helmet sits on the head. And you want to make sure that it's a nice snug fitting helmet. It's not going to move around while you're riding.
Okay. Now, for those individuals who want to do some nighttime biking, what are the essentials we should have on our bikes to stay safe?
Well, the key essential is a pretty obvious one. You want to have a good running light. You want to throw tons of lumens on the trail in front of you so you can see where you're going, key and crucial. And also you want to have a good riding partner to ride with at all times. When you're riding at night, if something unexpected were to happen, you want to have a buddy there to ride with that can, get you out of there quickly.
Okay, nice. Now, have you been riding much lately yourself?
I have been, actually. I like to frequent Durham Forest regularly, and I also do enjoy riding the town loop. My two young daughters are 2 years old, and they've just started rolling on the pedalless bikes. So it's a slow ride with them, but I get it as much as I can.
Those pedalless bikes are amazing. I only did it with my third child. We didn't know about them beforehand. They are fabulous, and they go from the pedalless bike right to riding without training wheels, a regular bike. It's incredible because they can practice their balance on there. Those are fabulous.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal training tool. It's a great training tool to, like you said, give kids that balance and that sense of, I'm going this way, I should lean this way, and just those natural instincts so they can progress further faster on the bikes. It's a really fun bike for them to have.
Yeah, fabulous. All right, what is your favorite trail to ride on in Uxbridge?
Oh boy, I mean, I'm a big fan recently of the town loop. Growing up, I'd ride with my brother in Durham Forest regularly and had no idea the trail system we have right here in town. So there's a loop here in town. It's called the town loop, and it's just getting the proper recognition it deserves right now. It's a phenomenal ride for beginners all the way up to senior riders, and the rail trail is always a good one for a nice day ride as well. Town
loop, where do you get on that one?
So there's a few different areas you can get onto the town loop. There's entrances everywhere. If folks are interested in looking into that more, we do have maps at the store. They are free township maps that we're more than happy to give out so more people can explore the trails around here.
Nice. Oh, thank you so much. Well, I know I need to get my bike in for a little bit of a tune-up, so hopefully we'll be seeing you soon. And with the store, with people not necessarily going in the store, do they just call you ahead of time to make arrangements to drop their bikes off?
So you can call ahead to make arrangements, but we do also have a curbside entrance that actually goes onto a newly built side deck onto the tin mill there. You just walk onto the side deck, ring the doorbell, and one of us will be out to help you.
Awesome. Well, fabulous. Ken, it was so nice to meet you. I'm so, well, actually, I've seen you in the show before, or in the store before, but we haven't actually met. So this is fabulous. Thank you so much for being on the show. Much more on Uxbridge Scugog Life. We'll be right back.
We were born in Canada. We spoke English. On the streets, we weren't welcome. But on the field, We were the Asahi, Vancouver's champions. Everyone cheered for us. Our people had a voice. Then Canada declared war on Japan. They took us from our homes, called us enemies, forced us into camps. But we brought the game with us. Baseball helped get us through the internment.
The Vancouver Asahi were among the 22,000 Japanese Canadians interned during the Second World War. The team never played another game.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. Now, if you missed last week's show, I recommend you check it out because we were talking to Jason Steinberg about flea and tick prevention. And then I thought for this show, I would share some recipes. So I was doing some research online and I found a couple recipes from the Farmer's Almanac. Am I saying that right? Almanac. And so there's a couple of recipes there, and I pulled one recipe that can be for your dogs plus for two-legged ones, yes, the humans, and I pulled another recipe that's going to be just for humans. So I've been trying the one for dogs on my dog and for myself, and it seems to be working pretty well, but you can do your own research, see what you think, try it out, and hey, send us comments. Let me know what you think about the recipe. Okay, so here's the first recipe that's for dogs and for humans. So if you get yourself a spray bottle, maybe about that size, you can go a little bit bigger, but you don't want it too small because you are going to need to start with 2 cups of water in there. They do recommend distilled water. I just used regular water, okay? So 2 cups of water. Next, 4 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. So I got my big thing of apple cider vinegar from Zehrs. So you need 4 tablespoons of that. Then 2 tablespoons of organic neem oil, N-E-E-M. I had never ever heard of neem oil before. This is the first I've heard of it. Apparently it does not smell very good, which is why it keeps away the fleas and ticks. Like, woo! All right, so you can get, now, if you can't find neem oil, there's some other essential oils that are not only safe for humans and dogs that you can replace them with, but apparently the neem oil will work a little bit better. So you can replace it with, let's say, a lavender oil, which smells very nice, or a lemon balm. It's important lemon balm, not lemon, because usually the lemons, the citrus oils, those are not good for your pets, okay? So basically you shake it up before you're going to use it, and you can spray it all over your dog. You're not going to spray it in the eyes, obviously. You can safely go under the neck. You want to go behind the ears, along the back of the head, the tail, the bum, the legs, the belly. All right, so here is the next recipe for the 2-legged one. So this is for yourself. So you can get yourself either a spray bottle or even just a little bottle that you can apply by hand. You'll need 9 drops of citronella essential oil, 6 drops of tea tree, 6 drops of peppermint essential oil, and 1 tablespoon of either almond oil or jojoba oil, which will be the carrier oil to mix it all in, because you don't want to just be applying that right to your skin. Use that carrier oil. Now, something you might consider is that because you're going out in the hot sun, if you're going to be lathering yourself with oil, you could get a sunburn, right? So that's what I was thinking. So that's why my preference was using actually the dog version, because I'd rather just do a spritz as opposed to having oil in there. But you choose, you try it out, do your own research, and if you come across a really great recipe, please share it with us and we can share it with the community. The Farmer's Almanac also has some recipes of if you have some ticks. Your pet already has some ticks on them or some fleas on them. There's a recipe where you add in a bit of Castile soap in there, and I think some baking soda in there, and that will help to draw them out. But as Jason Steinberg said last week, if your pet or you get a tick, you're going to have to use one of those keys or tweezers to help get that out. You're going to have to physically remove it. Now, just because we have a little bit of time, I thought for some extra inspiration, I'm going to pull a quick card from the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck. I love doing this stuff. I'm a medium, I'm an energy healer, and I yet love using cards for extra inspiration. So, the card, let's see what wants to come out today. What is that inspirational message that can help us with our day? The card that I got is Freya, Goddess Freya, bold. Look at that sexy goddess there. Love it. Okay, unleash your adventurous side. Take risks and be daring. I love that. So if an idea and inspiration has been brewing within you and maybe you've had some fear coming up, it's time to step in your power and try it. The more you step beyond fear, something is igniting you on the inside. You get that inner excitement about trying something, but maybe there's some fear in there. When you step through it, it helps you to align with your soul. What's right for you? Aligning with your soul's purpose. So let's follow in Freya's footsteps. And I love that she has that horn strapped across her. This is like, hear me roar. I am going out there, standing in my power and being me. So I hope you can take that inspiration for yourself as well. So those are my Goddess Guidance Oracle deck. Now, if you're interested in a one-on-one reading and a healing session, you can always connect with me, and I'd be happy to do a one-on-one. And there's still an opportunity to also sign up for my yoga classes if that's something that you're interested in. No matter what, get your movie body. How about that body moving and get outside? Now, we'll be right back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
Illness doesn't have to be a life sentence. Join me each week on Health 180 with Carrie and Fenn as we talk with doctors and other experts about how to reset your life after an illness. Learn health and wellness tips, patient stories, advice, and solutions from professionals on how to be the best you. Together we are stronger. That's Health 180 with Carrie and Fenn right here on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. With me now is John Fisher, who is part of the board of directors of the Durham Mountain Bike Association. John, welcome to Uxbridge Scugog Life. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
So you're on the board of directors, but you've also been a president, a treasurer. You've been on there. You've been involved with it for about 9 years now, right?
Definitely 9 years. It's been a great 9 years. We've done a lot during those times.
Nice. Okay, so please share with the community what the Mountain Bike Association is all about.
Mountain Bike Association is about, number one, why people like us is because we build trails, we design great trails, we upkeep them so they're always nice and beautiful for the mountain bike community. But the main thing that we really do is advocate for the mountain bike community. With the Toronto Region Conservation Authority, Lake Simcoe Conservation Authority, and the town of Uxbridge. And because we have over 1,000 members, when we go and chat to them, they like to hear what we say. And then we do, last year we did over 2,000 volunteer hours in the forest. So I like that too.
That's incredible. So I understand that you maintain about 250 kilometers of trails, correct?
We help maintain 250 kilometers trail, but what we actually do is really concentrate on the mountain bike trails, which is closer to maybe 50 kilometers of trails.
Okay. You know what? The past few weeks I've been out there on the trails, and I've noticed volunteers with leaf blowers and rakes and moving around screaming and stuff. It's incredible the amount of work that you guys are doing. You're so active in those trails, and they're looking beautiful.
Yep, there's a lot of work put on by our volunteers, by all of our volunteers, and we would like to have more volunteers. But with COVID, we have to work in small groups or during this close down as individuals if we're out for exercise. But there's a lot of our members do want to volunteer, and hopefully once COVID's over, we'll be organizing one of our big 100 member builds, which is a festival in itself.
Oh, that's exciting. Now, I understand you created 2 new trails in the Dagmar area. Can you tell us about those 2 trails?
So last year we built a trail called Skin and Bones. It's the most advanced trail that we've built so far. We have, it took over 800 hours to build about a half a kilometer of trails. And people are coming from all over to ride it. It's a very exciting trail. And then this year, we got it in just before the closure for COVID, but it took so it's an exit trail out of Dagmar to the 7th concession, and it's a very flowy downhill trail. So to end your ride, everybody, when they get down to the bottom, has a big smile on their face. It took about 250 hours to build.
Wow. What type of skill level should you be at to try either one of those trails?
Skin and Bones is an advanced trail, and then I think you'd get in trouble if you weren't at least an advanced rider. The trail that's coming out any level can ride it, and you challenge yourself by the amount of speed that you have.
Okay. You know what? I am so grateful for all the work that you're doing within the community. Now, those Dagmar trails, how do you access them?
They're off the 7th concession, just south of Chalk Lake Road, about a half a K on the the east side of the road. But the best place to park is at the Three Rocks parking lot, about a kilometer south, or up at the Towers parking lot, which is about 2 kilometers north of there.
Now, why should people get involved with the Mountain Bike Association?
They should get involved to support us in our advocacy work and with trail building. The whole $40 membership goes a long way. It all goes back into the club, into the trail building that we do.
Nice. So if people want to get involved, they can go to your website. So that is, what is it? Durham Mountain Biking, durhammountainbiking.ca?
That's correct.
Yeah, all right. What do you love about being involved? Oh, actually, before we go there, I want to ask you about some of the events or the planned rides that you have regularly.
Well, outside of COVID, we have group rides. We have the Fat Bike Festival. We've got the Demo Festival. We have a women's event, and many other ones. It's ongoing. All of our volunteers love putting them on.
Nice. So with the outdoor recreational activities opening up now, is that going to open up your group rides?
It's not going to open up enough for those at this point in time, but hopefully maybe in the fall we can do that.
Okay. And quickly, what do you love about being involved with the association?
Volunteering and all the friends that I met that I've met. We have a good time out there.
Nice. Well, I am so grateful for the work that you do and everyone else that's involved with the association, because I think it's so cool that Uxbridge is known as the trail capital of Canada. And you are really giving us a great name and a great energy behind that title. So thank you for all the work you do.
Thank you.
Thanks. Well, we'll definitely have to have you back on the show, and we're gonna have to show people some of those trails. Maybe I'll get on a bike with you. So thank you so much.
That'd be great. Come on out.
Okay, we'll be right back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
Summer days, summer nights, lots of things to do, places to go, and people to see. If you're having a few drinks, be sure to plan ahead and get home safely. We don't want to pick you up. Drinking drivers risk injuries to themselves and others and take chances with their license, their jobs, and their future. Remember what's at stake and choose your ride, whether you're the driver, the passenger, or the party host. Thanks for supporting sober driving. I hope we never meet.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
On the next episode of Cinema Scene, Daniel Baptista of the Movie Podcast drops by. Also, my interview with Invincible and The Walking Dead comic book creator, Robert Kirkman.
I'm Deborah Hutchison, host of Talk Politics. Each week, we speak one-on-one with your elected officials at all levels of government about the issues that affect us all. Keep informed. That's Talk Politics each week right here on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So that's a wrap. Thanks to Ken Boyd of Boyd Sports. It was great to have him on the show. And I also found out they have kayaks. You might want to go check that out and go for a little paddle on Elgin Pond. And it was also great to have John Fisher. I'm really excited to try some of those trails. And if you get out onto the trails, it's prime time right now. Trilliums are in full bloom. You'll see a picture that I took just in the trails last week. So definitely check that out. And now that the outdoor recreational facilities are open, such as the baseball and basketball and golf and soccer, get out there, stay safe. You know, with the beautiful weather, this is what helps us to stay positive, stay active, connect with nature. I feel like we are on the home stretch with all this COVID stuff, and the good weather and the trails, I think they can really help us. Well, not just the trails. How about that golfing? How about that soccer? All that wonderful outdoor stuff. Let's get out there, have some fun with our families, and stay safe. And if you want to be on the show, maybe you want to inspire people in your community. You want to teach them something new. Maybe you have a new product or service, a program, an event, something like that. Send me an email, and I would love to be able to talk to you about it and get you to be able to share it with the community. So thank you so much for watching. It is such an absolute pleasure hosting this show. I feel I'm just in so much gratitude every week that I do this. So thank you for creating me the safe space to be able to do this and share all this awesome information with you. So have a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks for watching Uxbridge Scugog Life.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
You must be the reporter. Come with me.
So, Miss McGill, how does it feel being Canada's famous women engineer?
The real story is the work we've done retooling this factory.
To build the Hawker Hurricane?
Indeed. 40 planes last month with a capacity of up to 100. Our fighters are over England as we speak. Of course, it pains me to see airplanes mass-produced like boxcars or baby carriages. But in war, we make concessions in favor of innovation.
You must feel at home, though, managing all of these women.
I'm not here to manage women.
Well, you must admit it is an unusual job.
I'm the chief